All right, sorry for that break there, but that's okay. We're going to be all right. But so hidden costs. Come on, buddy. There we go. Again, they weren't all supposed to come at once, but they did. So, but we have cost of getting to and from work. So we have gas, possibly parking. You have the time it takes to drive. Again, there are a lot of people that commute from Cape Girardeau all the way to St. Louis. Well, you're talking about not only is that over 100 miles of gas, but you also have you have to park somewhere when you get there, and then that's going to be an hour and a half both ways every time, every day. It's 3 hours of driving. You're not working. You're not, you're not messing around with your kids. You're not doing anything else. You're driving. You might be able to make some phone calls. Probably shouldn't. You might be able to do a couple things like that. Again, it's probably good relaxing time. Unless you're late, that'd be an hour and a half of being stressed. But so again, you have gas, you have parking, you have potentially again the time depending on how far it is. So that's another thing. And again, now we have to also be aware that some of these could also be benefits offered by a company. So these are potential costs, but some of them, again, they may say, okay, we'll pay for your commute to work. All right. Obviously, there's no way they can give you back time, but another one, required clothing uniform. Some of those you have to pay for yourself. Just because it's required for work doesn't mean they necessarily pay for it. So they may require you to buy a few shirts, things like that. All right. Professional dues, union dues. So some professions require you to join a union. Or to have a job there, you pay a little bit. Now they may see a way to get that money back to you, but again, you may have to lose some of your paycheck to being part of a union. All right, tools and equipment. Especially if you're working for like a franchise, you're going to be like the owner of some sort of vending machine. I know there's there's some sort of healthy foods vending machine that's going out there. You have to pay for the vending machine. But then you can make money off of it from there. So, or if you work for an electric company, things like that, they may require you, okay, you buy your tools and then you just go out and make the money, okay? So tools and equipment required for the job. Again, especially if you're self-employed, that's going to be a big one. You have to buy your own stuff. Child care. Someone's going to watch your kids. So if you have a kid that's between the ages of 1 and 6, 6 might be getting close to kindergarten. I'm not sure. But you're going to be going to have to find somewhere for them to stay. If you don't live next to grandma and grandpa or your mom and dad or anything like that, well, someone's going to take care of the kid. All right. Then you have license and education required for job. So you may have to have, if you're going to work, you can be a doctor, you have to have a medical license. If you're going to be a teacher, you have a teaching certificate. You have to have a background check. All those things cost money, and often those aren't paid for. You have to prove that you can work, and then, okay, me as an employer, we're going to accept your ability. Again, there are more expenses out there, but these are some of the most common ones that people have to deal with. All right? So there's that. We're going to look at one more thing. It's going to be your worksheet for today. Again, don't forget to look at your email, because that's on there as well. All right. So today we also are going to look at, where'd you go? There you are. How your paycheck can actually shrink from wherever you start. All right. Now I'm going to get you a start on this. I'm not going to show you how to do the whole thing. And I'll put a little bit of instructions on the website as well. I want to, oh, it's not responding. Why not? Okay, we're good. Okay, so this is actually page 2. Page 1 has the situations. You see situation A, B, C there. On this page, it tells you what's going on in the situation, so you know how to fill it out. It gives you some background to it. Okay, so you can go back and look. Okay, situation A, this is what's going on. fill it out. Situation B, fill it out. Situation C, fill it out. All right. But then also, this stuff, you'll have to figure those things out before you come back and do these. Okay. Like this one says, what's the difference between your original gross pay and the gross pay after C? So once you fill them all out, you come back and fill these in. These are kind of like the main points of what's going on. But what we're looking at is seeing where your paycheck can disappear to, or part of it, but then also how different things change your paycheck. Okay, so one again, so this we're talking about taxes mostly here, but taxes, a little bit of retirement, things like that. Again, we're just looking at, oh look, I get a paycheck, but a big chunk of it's gone. So we're gonna start out looking at again your filing status. Again, not important. But we're gonna get to that stuff later. But you are paid bi-monthly, so that's important to know. Bi-monthly means you get paid twice a month, 2 times. So that means 12 times 2. Okay. So each time you get a paycheck, you get $1,250 in situation A. Now I'm going to go through this first part real quick, but I'm not going to do any of the math for you. You've got to do the math. So your paycheck says $1,250, but at the bottom it's a much smaller number, which is your net pay. And net pay is how much you actually bring home. You can go put in the bank, and it makes your bank go up by this much, not by that much. Okay. So in this first one, let's see, did we put any money in retirement? No, we put 0 money in retirement. Remember, retirement funds are usually ways to avoid taxes. So that's why it says pre-tax deduction. So sadly, this stays the same. All of it's taxable. So how much of our money is taxable? $1,250. That's what goes there. Okay. Now moving on. As we go down, we can see the rest of the taxes that happen. Again, they figured in federal income tax for you. Free one there. We're actually not going to use the Colorado rate. We're going to use the Missouri rate, okay, which is 6%. So use 6% for state income tax. But look, it says of taxable income, okay? So every time you do 5, you need to go to taxable pay, see what it says. That's what you're taking 6% of, all right? The next 2, Social Security, Medicare, those are out of gross pay. So use those percentages, figure out that. And then you add 4 through 7 together to get your total tax deduction. And then total deductions is your tax deduction plus union dues and retirement. So in this first one, there's a 0 retirement, so you don't have to worry about it. You just add your $1,571 to your total deductions. Then you do this minus this to get net pay, how much you bring home. All right, and you do the same thing. Again, the only difference here is you are putting money into retirement, and then this one, you're still putting money into retirement, but you also got a raise. And this one is difference per paycheck. So what's the difference between C and A in one paycheck? And then here is over a whole year. So that's where you need to do C, your C answers, which is going to be 12 times 2 times whatever number, minus A. So just real easily, I will do this first one here. So C minus A for this one, per paycheck, well, my gross pay, I take $1,287.50 minus $1,250, okay? And that would give me my difference there, okay? So you're going to do this, figure this out. Again, I will post the key in the next video. So these 2 videos, again, it cut off randomly there. That is your homework for this lesson.